feels like everyone else got the instruction manual for happiness, and you were left out? Doesn't it the tightness in your chest when you check your bank account, the way your stomach twists when another bill arrives, the exhaustion that makes you wonder if you're cursed? You've tried everything, you've prayed louder, you've worked harder, you've even blamed yourself, thinking maybe you don't deserve more. But what if the problem isn't you? What if the problem is something far deeper, something hidden in the very fabric of your being? I know how tired you feel. I know the weight of waking up each day, feeling like you're already behind, the sleepless nights where your mind races with what ifs, the way life feels like a constant uphill battle. No matter how hard you push, you're not lazy, you're not broken. You've been trapped in a cage you didn't see, chained by a wave you didn't understand. This isn't karma, this isn't punishment. This is biology. The universe doesn't work like a ledger where every mistake is tallied against you. Karma isn't some cosmic scoreboard where you're constantly being penalized for past wrongs. No, the real issue is something far more insidious, something that happens to nearly everyone in this modern world without them even knowing it. Your hippocampus, the part of your brain designed to receive abundance, has been shrunk, yes, shrunk by the stress of life, by the bills that never end, by the noise of a world that tells you to hustle harder, pray louder, try again. And when your hippocampus shrinks, your ability to hear the frequency of abundance disappears. You're left with a brain stuck in the slave wave, a frantic beta rhythm that blocks miracles from reaching you. You work harder, but the money never stays. You pray, but the universe feels silent. You try to manifest, but life keeps pushing back. This isn't your fault. You weren't born to struggle like this, but the modern world has physically altered your brain. And until you fix it, no amount of positive thinking or hard work will break the cycle. Let me paint you a picture of what's really happening inside you right now. Imagine your brain is like a garden that was once lush, vibrant, full of potential. But over time, without proper care, weeds have taken over. The soil is depleted, the plants are wilting, and no matter how much you fertilize the surface, no matter how many affirmations you plant on top, the roots where the real growth happens are still starving. That's your hippocampus. That's the garden of your mind. And the weeds, they are the chronic stress, the financial anxiety, the relentless pressure to perform. These aren't just emotional burdens, they're physical ones. They literally shrink the part of your brain responsible for hope, for trust, for believing that things can get better. But here's the truth, that powerful organizations don't want you to know your brain can heal. And it can do so faster than you ever imagined possible. Now let's talk about the brain waves. Most people operate in what's called the beta state, a high-frequency, fast-paced rhythm that keeps you alert, focused, and yes, often stressed. This is the state of the slave wave, the state where you're running on empty, where every email feels like a threat, where your to-do list is a mountain you can never climb. In beta, your brain is in survival mode. It's scanning for danger, real or imagined. It's preparing to fight or flee. And in the modern world, where the dangers are mostly bills, deadlines, and unanswered texts, your brain never gets the memo that the threat has passed. This is why you can work 80 hours a week and still feel like you're falling behind. This is why you can check your bank account every single day and still see the same number, or worse, a smaller one. Your brain is stuck in a loop, a hamster wheel of stress, and no amount of willpower is going to slow it down, because the problem isn't in your effort, it's in your biology. Now contrast that with the theta state. Theta is a slower, deeper brain wave, the kind you experience in deep meditation right before you fall asleep, or in those rare moments of flow where everything just clicks. Theta is where creativity happens. It's where insights strike like lightning. It's where money flows in effortlessly, because you're not pushing against the current, you're moving with it. The wealthy don't get rich by working harder in beta. They don't manifest abundance by grinding themselves into exhaustion. No, they operate in theta. They are in that calm, focused state where opportunities appear out of nowhere, where deals are made in passing conversations, where money finds them because they're not desperate for it, they're open to it. Think about the last time you made a significant amount of money unexpectedly. Maybe a bonus at work, a refund you forgot about, or a side gig that paid more than you expected. What state was your brain in at that moment? Chances are you were relaxed. You weren't stressing over the bills. You weren't obsessing over the numbers. You were in a state of flow. And in that state, abundance found you. Now think about the opposite. When was the last time you felt like you were chasing money, like it was always just out of reach? When was the last time you felt like no matter how hard you worked, the bills kept piling up? That's beta at work. That's the slave wave keeping you trapped. But here's the game changer. Your brain isn't stuck in beta forever. It's not a life sentence. Your hippocampus can regrow. Your theta waves can return. The abundance can come, but only if you take the step to heal the organ that's been damaged. Let me give you a real-world example. Take Sarah, a single mother who worked 2 jobs just to keep her family afloat. She tried every budgeting app, every side hustle, every manifestation technique she could find, but no matter what she did, the money never lasted. She was stuck in beta, her hippocampus shrinking from the constant stress. Then she discovered the power of sound healing in just 7 minutes a day. She listened to a frequency designed to regrow her hippocampus and shift her brain into theta. Within weeks, she started noticing money appearing in unexpected ways. A surprise reimbursement from her old job, a client who paid early, even a small inheritance from a relative she'd forgotten about. She wasn't working harder, she wasn't praying louder, she was simply changing the frequency of her brain. Or consider Michael, a small business owner who was drowning in debt. He had tried everything, negotiating with creditors, cutting expenses, even taking on extra shifts, but the bills kept coming, and his stress levels kept rising. His hippocampus was shrinking, his brain stuck in beta. Then he found a sound wave that rewired his brain Within a month, new opportunities started flowing to him, clients who were ready to pay upfront, a partnership that saved him thousands, even a grant he didn't know existed. He wasn't manifesting these things, he was allowing them to come to him, because his brain was finally in the right state to receive them. This isn't magic. This is neuroscience. This is biology. And it's been hidden from you for far too long. Now you might be wondering, how does sound actually regrow the hippocampus? How does a simple frequency shift the brain from beta to theta? The answer lies in the power of resonance. Everything in the universe vibrates at a specific frequency. Your body, your thoughts, even your cells are in a constant state of vibration. When you expose your brain to a specific sound frequency, you're essentially tuning it to a different rhythm. It's like adjusting the dial on a radio. You're shifting from a station of static and noise to one of clarity and abundance. Studies have shown that certain sound frequencies, like 430 to Hz or 528 Hz, can induce a theta state. These frequencies have been used for centuries in ancient healing traditions, from Gregorian chants to Tibetan singing bowls. Modern science has caught up, proving that these sounds don't just feel good, they physically change your brain. When you listen to a sound wave designed to regrow your hippocampus, you're doing more than just relaxing. You're rewiring your brain. You're creating new neural pathways. You're literally changing the structure of your mind so that abundance becomes your natural state. But here's the catch: you can't just listen to any sound and expect results. The sound wave has to be specifically designed to target the hippocampus and induce a theta state. It's not about generic meditation music or white noise. It's about a precise frequency that resets your brain's rhythm. Think of it like this: if you were trying to grow a plant, you wouldn't just throw seeds into the dirt and hope for the best. You'd prepare the soil, add the right nutrients, and give it the right amount of water and sunlight. The same goes for your brain. You can't just wish for abundance and expect it to appear. You have to create the right environment for it to thrive. And that environment starts with your brain. Waves. Now I know what you're thinking. This sounds too good to be true. If it's this simple, why isn't everyone doing it? The answer is simple. Powerful organizations don't want you to know about this. They want you to keep grinding, to keep stressing, to keep believing that struggle is the only path to success. Because when you're stuck in beta, you're easier to control, you're easier to sell to, you're easier to keep in the cycle of consumption and debt. But the truth is out there, and it's waiting for you. So how do you get started? It's simpler than you think. In just 7 minutes a day, you can begin the process of healing your hippocampus, shifting your brain into theta, and opening yourself to the flow of abundance. Here's how it works. You find a quiet place, put on your headphones, and play the sound wave. Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and let the frequency do its work. You don't need to do anything else. No affirmations, no visualizations. Just listen and let your brain do the rest. Imagine waking up tomorrow without that tightness in your chest. Imagine checking your bank account and feeling a surge of calm instead of panic. Imagine opportunities finding you instead of you chasing them. Imagine money appearing when you need it most, not as a struggle, but as a natural flow. This is possible, not because of some cosmic coincidence, but because your brain is capable of healing itself. The hippocampus can regrow the theta, waves can return, the abundance can come, but only if you take the step to heal the organ that's been damaged. So if you're ready to end the cycle of struggle, to step into the life you were meant to live, then the sound wave is waiting for you. It's waiting at the link in the description. Click it now, not tomorrow, not in an hour, now, because your hippocampus is ready to heal. Your theta waves are ready to return, and your abundance is ready to flow. Click the link, start the ritual, change your life today.